Alright, everybody, welcome to the first ever Hot Wheels Festival of Speed. As you guys can see here, we have many cars here about to take on our fabulous course. We have supercars, hypercars, we have old classic cars, and we have everything in between. Even at the end of the line here, as you can see our lineup of cars, we have some prototype racers to showcase the future of Hot Wheels racing, also known as fantasy cars. Anyway, let's take a closer look at this track and at the cars that we're going to be seeing going down this track. Here we go. As you can see, the cars will start off with a very steep decline of the track. They will soon flat out to a full out sprint, but watch out, there is a little dirt section. Cars will lose traction here. You guys have to make sure not to lose any traction on that little dirt section, so the race will continue up into the blue sweeping curve. This curve carries a lot of speed for the cars, so the cars are going to have to hold on, try not to fall off, exiting the turn, and then continue on the path. So this path here is a very fast, straight track for these cars to go on. Cars are going to lose a lot of speed here because it is no decline, it'll just be flat. We've got a curve here, cars will hopefully not lose any speed. Going on to the yellow neon track across the waste bin and across this bridge here. So then after they finish the bridge, they'll be on the bed, hopefully stop on that corner. Not many cars will be able to finish that corner because they do not have the speed, and then end on the blue track. Anyway, let's take a look at some of the cars we're going to be seeing today. Our first car will be the Hot Wheels 50th Edition Grand Prix Pace Car Countach. Will be starting us off, but then we have the Ferrari P4 and the Lamborghini Countach, two legends of speed, to open up this festival for everybody. Here we go. Look at these cars. Both look beautiful in red and have the same sort of wheels on them. Next up, we have a Mustang Boss 302. This car has seen some days, let me tell you, but it is still going to be trying out our track, seeing its speed. And then we have a Jaguar in green. This is a very nice looking Jaguar to represent Jaguar on this festival. It'll be very nice to see this Jag go on the track. Here we go. We've got our JDM cars. We've got a Mazda MX-5 Miata. This car is very low and hopefully does not scrape. And then we have another Nissan Skyline here in gray to show off Nissan's best old cars on this course. Next we have a BMW M4 in dark blue. I think this car looks very good, and with it we have an Aston Martin DBS in purple. Very strange livery for this car with the red racing wheels. We will see how that car goes on the festival as well. Next up we got our supercars. We have the McLaren 720S about to take on the track to showcase McLaren's cars, with behind it a faster than ever Ferrari 458 in Spectra Flame Silver. This car is going to be definitely one to look out for going down the track today. After the Ferrari 458, we're going to have the Ferrari Enzo coming out here. The suspension is raised on this car for better speed on the Hot Wheels track. Let's see how it does. Very good livery on this car. Next up we have a Ferrari FXX, my personal favorite car in the world, about to take on the course. A very nice looking car. Lots of speed with that one. Now we have our cover car, the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento in gold with black rims. This thing looks absolutely amazing. Let's see how it goes down when it takes its run on the track. We have an SRT Viper in gold to follow the gold Sesto. And after that we will have a Lykan Hypersport. This is an off-brand Hot Wheel with black rims. Hopefully it does good on the track. We're going to have to find out. Next up, we have a Renault Sport RS01, I believe, in orange. Very good color for this car to show off some spectacular colors here. And with it, we have the McLaren F1. Very retro car here, but not one to be messed around with, for this car is extremely fast. We'll see how it goes on the track. Then we have a Dodge Viper ACR here in white with black rims. Very good looking car. That is very low. We'll see how it does on the track. We have a Mercedes-Benz S-Line McLaren Matchbox car. Not really one to showcase speed, but to showcase looks, because this car looks absolutely amazing. With it, we have a Bugatti Veyron of course, one of the cover cars of this series. It's very, very fast. We'll see how it goes on our course. Hopefully you can finish the entire course. That would be spectacular. We have Pagani Huayra, so we're bringing out the Hypercars now. This Pagani Huayra is very fast and very good looking in that white and black livery. We have another McLaren, the McLaren P1 in blue. Not a color we see often for that car, but it'll be nice to see it racing again in this festival. We have a Lotus Elise in gold. This Elise is absolutely fast in gold. It's one of my fastest cars, I will not lie, so make sure you look out for that. Next up, we have a Ford GT90. This is a concept car that never came into light, but Hot Wheels decided to make it, and man is it fast. That'll be an exciting car to see go down the track. We've got some exotic hypercars here, concept cars that we have not seen yet on this course. We have Exotique in blue, looking very nice. We have Mach Speeder with the red, blue, with the orange, blue, and white, my bad. Looking very nice with those rims there. Hopefully it's super fast. And then our most high-tech of all, we have High-Tech Missile going to corner those speeds with some very fast cornering speeds. Make sure you look out for this car going first. Alright, we have our first run of the day. It looks like our pace car is going to be running first. The pace car looks like it's not going to be that fast. It'll stop at that line. Next up, we have its Countach brother, the Lamborghini Countach, goes down the track, fails and falls off of the corner. That is our first wreck today. It's our second car going, but it looks like the Countach is going to wipe out first. Very disappointing run for the Countach. Everyone hoped it did a little bit better, but sadly it won't, and the Countach will race another day. Next up, we have our Ferrari P4 representing Italian's history. Here we go. It goes very fast around that blue corner, fast on the orange corner, and it succeeds on going all the way through the yellow neon track, and it'll end up right before the curve. This will be our farthest car. We will keep track of our farthest car to see which car is the best on this course, and maybe next year we'll see it again. But now we have our Mustang Boss 302 in orange taking the track. Goes very fast down that corner, not losing any speed there. Goes around the orange neon track as well, but it will not be fast enough to compete with the Ferrari P4, who is still in the lead. That Mustang Boss did its all for America, but there we have it, right behind the P4. Next up is our Jaguar from Britain. This car is extremely fast, blazing through that corner. Very fast through the neon track, and it is going to be first. This is our farthest car to date so far in the corner. Does not complete the entire corner to the blue track, but is very close. Now we have our Nissan Skyline. Let's see how our Nissan Skyline does. It is on two wheels and gets derailed. An absolute stunt from these Japanese drivers. Look at that two-wheeled action. I have not seen that yet so far on this track. It'll be very exciting to see if any cars can top that stunt, but that was absolutely amazing from the Nissan Skyline. Next up, we have its JDM brother, the Mazda. The Mazda is very low. It loses some speed hitting the track there with its super low splitter. Just a very good car to look at, but not very good on this cornering track. This is for all of the track cars, but this car made for track. The splitter is just a little too low. Aston Martin DBS is up next, very fast through the blue turn, through the neon track, and is almost able to beat the Jaguar. Since the Jaguar is undetermined where it actually was on the corner, we're going to keep both of these cars here. If there are no cars faster than these two cars, there will be a tie. We have a BMW M4 here, not very fast, does not have the speed to continue, and it is our slowest run so far. Not necessarily our least good looking car though. Very good looking car for that BMW M4. We have our Ferrari 458 faster than ever here. Absolutely flying through the corner, and it gets derailed. Very sad run for the faster than ever Ferrari 458. It looks like we're going to give him another go. Hopefully he does not get derailed here. He is blazing through that turn, going very fast through the corner, but he was not able to get as fast as the DBS or the Jaguar. Ferrari with their fast than ever 458, not as good as they thought. We have the McLaren 720S here, and the 720S is going to get derailed after the dirt section. I was saying, watch out for that dirt section. It will be destroying cars here that have way not enough downforce. That didn't make any sense, but it looks like the tape is going to need to be fixed. As you can see there, wheels can easily hit that piece of tape. So now that the tape is put down on the track, smooth and ready for cars to race, it looks like we're going to give the McLaren its second go on the track, our second go in a row. McLaren very fast through the blue corner, across the neon track, and he does not go all the way across the neon track. Quite a disappointing performance for the McLaren, saying as we did give it another go. As you can see here, our next up is the Enzo Ferrari, extremely fast with that lifted suspension, and he's going to stick just like the McLaren 720S did. Disappointing run for both of these two cars because they should have been faster. Here we go, we have our cover car, the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento, absolutely flying through this course, through the neon track, and it's a very good run for this car. This car is very good looking in gold. I cannot wait to see it more in future videos, but for this run, the gold Sesto Elemento is very good. Next up is the Bugatti Veyron here. Does not complete the second turn, sadly, but it is going to be a close run for these hypercars, because now we have the Dodge Viper ACR up next for America, and it sounds like his splitter hit on that corner. We're going to try and give this Dodge another go, because hitting the splitter is something that does not happen every time. We're going to give it another run, and it looks like it gets on two wheels there real fast, but is not going to be given another run. Dodge Viper is just a little too low for this course and will not be getting first place today. Next up, we have a Pagani Huayra. This car is absolutely great for the track as the front bumper is lifted. It carries so much speed through the second corner and stops on the third, way in front of the Jaguar and the Aston Martin. Both of UK's cars have now been eliminated by the Italian itself, the Pagani Huayra. Next up, we have another UK car. We have the McLaren F1 in white. Scrapes the track there a little bit with its low splitter, but still manages to keep its speed. It'll stop on top of the waste bin. Very good looking car. Not a very good run for the McLaren F1. Next up, we have the Lykan Hypersport. This is an off-brand Hot Wheel, but it still manages to do better than some of the Hot Wheels that we saw race today. Very impressed by this Lykan Hypersport. Next up, we have the Renault in orange, absolutely flying. These cars are super low, but they're still scraping the track. This car in particular manages to go without the scrapes and clock his run. Next up, we got a Viper ACR, which is made for track with that lifted bumper, going absolutely flying through this corner, and he manages to stop right behind the Pagani Huayra. That is disappointing. America's chance to get first place has been foiled. But next up, we have an absolutely amazing Ferrari. The Ferrari FXX here is flying through the track. It looks like one of our fastest runs so far, and it is going to pass the Pagani onto the blue track. That is a very, very surprising run. It looks like the FXX is going to be taking this one, passing the Pagani for a new Italian car to be in first place. Next up, we have the McLaren P1 from the UK in blue, looking very nice there, traveling with not as high of a speed as needed. But then we have a German car taking the track now. We have a SLR McLaren. Very good looking car, but it does not have the speed to look up for it. As you can see, SLR on the license plate right there. Matchbox, not so good. Next up, we have a Lotus. This car is very good on tracks like this. Let's see how it does against the FXX. It does not look like it'll get close to the FXX. And it is going to be the Lotus being the final car for the UK to go on the track. The Ford GT90 is now taking the track. This is America's last hope, and it goes farther than the Viper, but it is not far enough to pass the FXXK for the Italians. Still have the lead at this festival. Next up, we have our prototypes. We have Mach Speeder up next, taking the track very, very quick. but it is not quick enough, doesn't even get to the second corner. Mach Speeder is a disappointing performance for the prototype so far, but we have 2 more prototypes to take on the track. Afterward, we have Exotique right afterward. A very exotic looking car, hence the name, and it completes the second corner on the neon track. Our cameraman is stuck in zoom, so the footage is a little shaky, but it is not far enough to pass the Ferrari FXX. We have 1 car left. We have High-Tech Missile, the fastest car here. Absolutely flying down the track, does not lose any speed on that corner or that one. And it takes the corner like a boss, and the final car to go is going to be our leader as it passes the Ferrari FXX. Looks like the prototypes are going to take this one. Thank you guys for coming out to the first ever Hot Wheels Festival of Speed. I will be working on this more in the future. Don't you guys worry. Thank you guys for coming out. Hopefully there's another one in the future. And that High-Tech Missile is absolutely fast. I'll see you guys in the next one.